I want to share with you some information on one of my favorite oils, and that is the miraculous healing tea tree. You know, there is so many things that we can do with the Melaleuca oil. It is antifungal, it is antibacterial, it's antiviral. In the 1920s, it was used in dentistry and surgery to clean wounds and to prevent infections. Surgeons believed it was more effective than other things that were used at that time for antiseptic properties. Tea tree oil has become very, very popular the last few years. Currently, it's added to soaps, shampoos, lotions, and other personal care products. Tea tree can be used around the home, too. Let me tell you how I personally use it. If you have a blemish of any kind, before I changed my lifestyle and decided to go all raw and started juicing, I used to get acne really bad. And if you will open up this bottle and just put a dab on the palm of your hand and then put that right on your blemish. Now do this 2 or 3 nights in a row, and this blemish is going to go away. Now if you have very, very sensitive skin, put a carrier oil such as jojoba in the palm of your hand, and then just put a few, 1 or 2 drops of the tea tree. That's all it takes. Very, very little amount, because the oil is wildly, wildly potent. And then rub this all over your face. If you have dandruff, you can do the same thing to your scalp. I recommend for dandruff using a carrier oil such as black cumin seed oil, Nigella sativa. Combine the tea tree with some rosemary and then just soak your scalp in it and let it sit overnight. You're going to want to use a pillowcase where it can get stained, and just switch it out. And I'm telling you, your dandruff will go away. If you have a toenail fungus or any kind of toenail infection, here's what you want to do. You're going to want to get yourself grounded to where you can stay that way for quite a while, and you're going to saturate the nail bed. You're going to want to lift up the nail just a little bit. Use a wooden file or something to lift up the nail bed just a little bit, not lifting it up to where you're in any kind of pain, but you want to try to get some oil underneath the nail bed. If you can combine the tea tree with oregano oil, just straight tea tree and oregano oil for fungal issues. We want to use it, you're not using the tea tree oil undiluted anywhere else on your body except a toenail or a nail fungus. But these are the cases where we can use this pure, meaning undiluted, because this is how it's wildly, wildly potent. And if you'll get yourself grounded and put this tea tree oregano solution onto your toenail fungus and just sit there for 30-45 minutes. Sleep with it overnight if you can, where the sheets are not touching this and absorbing this oil in. The longer you can let it sit on the infection, the faster it's going to heal. But I'll tell you what, there's nothing quite like a toenail fungus being eliminated rapidly with the combination of tea tree and oregano oil. They don't play around with ailments in your body, especially fungal conditions. A lot of times a toenail fungus issue is a result of the overgrowth of candida that turns fungal, turns parasitic in the body. Sugar feeds yeast, which creates all of this crazy fungal parasitic conditions that we've got going on in our body. So if you'll simply learn to change your lifestyle and to juice and to consume live vibrational enzymes, amino acids, this will take care of your fungal issue internally. If you balance everything in your body, if you detoxify the colon, detoxify the liver, your other organs will follow suit after you dump the toxins from the liver. So we need to work internally to rid this fungal issue, and not just topically. I just wanted to add that. But let me get into the benefits of tea tree, because there's about 80 things that we can use them for, and I'm going to go through them really quickly in this video. This oil is nothing short of miraculous. In addition to using it for what I just mentioned to you, I also clean my house with the tea tree oil. I put it in a glass spray bottle, one just a little bit bigger than this. I put some shungite stones in the bottom of it because shungite helps to protect the vibrations of our essences and oils and whatnot. And then I just spray my house with it. I use a purified water, put a few drops, 5 or 10 drops of tea tree oil in, combine it with some lemon. Lemon is antifungal, antibacterial, antimicrobial, will also raise your vibrations. Lemon will kill airborne pathogens, as will the tea tree oil. And it smells really good too. I mean, instead of using all of these toxic Lysol type sprays in our home with all of these toxic VOCs, we need to be using organic essential oils. These are not going to increase the toxicity within our body, and they will help to kill pathogens and bacteria. So make a spray bottle and spray your countertops down, spray your toilet down, wipe everything down with this tea tree oil solution. Just make one that resonates well with you. Make one that you like. But put tea tree in it. I like to use the Thieves blend. Thieves blends really well. Put a few drops of Thieves, a few drops of tea tree, and a few drops of lemon, and you've got yourself a household cleaner right there in a large spray bottle. I'm not kidding. And it's going to take care of everything. It's going to be wildly more potent than any bleach or ammonia would be, because these are not natural, and we're inhaling all of these toxic fumes when we're spraying these things in our home. This is decreasing our longevity, and it's increasing the free radicals in the body. It's accelerating the aging process, all of these unnatural chemicals. The laundry smell, for example. You like that fresh laundry scent? There's about 100 different volatile organic compounds in that are toxic. These are carcinogens. They're lowering your vibrations. So learn to use organic things. It's very good for bacterial infections, chickenpox, cold sores, congestion and respiratory tract infections, earache, fungal infections, halitosis, head lice, MRSA, psoriasis, dry cuticles, itchy insect bites, sores, sunburns, boils and staph infections. It's an antimicrobial laundry freshener. This is what I was talking about. Use this instead of these toxic laundry fresheners. Just put a few drops on a wool cloth or something and throw that into the dryer. Insect repellent, natural deodorant, Acne and a facial wash. Wonderful, wonderful as an astringent for your face. You can make a spray bottle and put some witch hazel in it, put some lavender in it, put some frankincense in it, put a few drops of tea tree in it, and spritz this all over your face, and you've got yourself a divine little toner for your face. It's very good for removing mold, very good for foot odor, and it's an awesome, awesome household cleaner. I think I just went through all of that. It's the best thing for acne. It is just as effective, if not more effective, than benzoyl peroxide, but without the associated negative side effects that many people experience, including red, dried, and peeling skin. What you want to do with the Melaleuca, okay, is do a patch test on the inside of your arm, ensuring that you're not having a negative reaction. You want to be using 100% pure, therapeutic grade Melaleuca oil, tea tree oil. This is the brand that I prefer to use. It is Young Living. Now, I will tell you, I do have some less expensive brands that I will use to clean my house with. I have a Desert Essence brand I use. I have an Organic Now brand that I use, and I will use this for my carpet I have a dog, my dog Sunshine, and so I will sprinkle diatomaceous earth on my carpet as well as a spray of tea tree, and it helps to kill the parasites and bacteria that can get embedded into the carpet. So I will use a cheaper brand of tea tree oil for that purpose. But now, please know that this one, I am not putting this one on my face. I only use the highest quality for my skin. Topical use, you want to use the highest grade therapeutic essential oil. My opinion, a lot of times the Now brand, it just doesn't cut it. They will use something synthetic to cut their oil with, especially if it doesn't say organic. So I'm not a really big fan of that brand. Not to knock it, but I'm just being honest with you because I have found that many of their oils are not pure. For any kind of fungal infection, if you have a yeast infection, you can put this directly on your sanitary pad, combine it with olive oil, and put it in a dropper bottle like this. Put it in a dropper bottle like this, and fill it with olive oil with a few drops, just a few drops of tea tree, and then take this. Take it out and put this on the middle of your sanitary pad, and then line this sanitary pad like you normally would with it in your underwear. And this is really going to help with these yeast infections for women. If you're used to using a tampon that you insert inside you, you can dip a little bit of tea tree oil on the very tip of it. There are some videos on YouTube regarding that, where people have had some miraculous benefits using the tea tree oil that way. But let me just tell you, you need to be careful if you're doing that, and you want to do the patch test on it first, and it needs to be a high-grade tea tree oil, not the cheapest grade that you get at your local health food store, folks. You definitely don't want to be using the tea tree this way with the cheap oil. And please do a patch test with it first, but it can rid all of these fungal and yeast infection type issues. We do not take the tea tree oil internally. This is no good. Many of the oils you can take internally, but tea tree oil is not one of them. Very beneficial for our hair and our scalp. For a wonderful scalp treatment, do what I mentioned earlier, or combine it with a fractionated coconut oil. It's going to help to soothe dry, flaking skin. Coconut oil is also antifungal, antimicrobial, antibacterial. It's going to help to remove dandruff. It can be used for the treatment of lice. You can make a homemade tea tree oil shampoo. Simply mix a few drops of tea tree oil with aloe vera gel, coconut milk, and essential oils like lavender and frankincense. Very good to make your own cleaner to kill your house, because it kills off bad bacteria. So combine it with a purified water, lemon, vinegar, just whatever you want to use to clean your house. I like to blend the thieves with what I told you earlier, thieves with a few drops of tea tree and a few drops of lemon. That's my favorite household cleaner. Very good for killing mold. If you mix a spray bottle of that solution I just told you, if you've got mold in your shower, and spray this on your shower and let it sit overnight before rinsing it off. Don't rinse it off until you take a shower next time, and rinse it right before you take a shower, and clean your shower before you actually take a shower, and it will help take care of this mold. You can spray your shower curtain with it too. I oftentimes will spray my shower curtain with it to get rid of the mold, and then I'll give my shower curtain a really good scrub before I actually take a shower, because I'm not trying to inhale these mold fumes when I'm showering. But the tea tree oil will take care of mold. Very good for our dishwasher as well. Very good for our toilet. It helps to eliminate body odor. Tea tree has an antimicrobial properties that destroys bacteria on our skin that causes body odor. So you can make a homemade tea tree oil deodorant by mixing it with coconut oil and baking soda. just a few drops of the tea tree oil. I love to make my own deodorant. I'll do a video on that sometime. Very good for cuts and infections. If you get a cut of any kind, tea tree oil is going to help and work as a natural antiseptic. I can't stress enough how much that we all need to have large bottles of this oil in our home. We need to keep them away from our children and our pets because this oil is very, very potent. I can't say that enough. We've got to protect our oils from our children's and our pets. Because tea tree is not one that you're going to want to use on your animals. I will tell you that I've used it on my dog before, and the only time I've used it on him was when he had a tick. I put a little bit on a Q-tip, and I put the Q-tip right on the tick, and it will help to back a tick right out of the body. What I did, he had a couple of ticks on him. He usually doesn't get ticks on him because I sprinkled diatomaceous earth on him, which prevents those, fleas and ticks. But he did get a couple of ticks on him, and so I put a little bit of tea tree oil on the end of a Q-tip, and I just saturated that area. And you'll notice shortly after you do this, give it a few minutes, but that tick will start to back up out of there. And if it doesn't, of course, you can get the tweezers and help it out. But if you're going to tweeze it out, make sure you get the head too. I don't recommend using tweezers because oftentimes the head can stay stuck in there. But if you'll saturate it with just a dab of tea tree, but you know, online they're really not recommending a lot of the studies that I have seen for tea tree and dogs. They just don't mix because it's a high terpene oil. It's more potent than a lot of the phenol oils, and so it can be very, very toxic for dogs. So don't lather your dog up with this oil. Don't make a soap or shampoo for your dog. No, I don't recommend this unless it's highly, highly diluted. Very good when combined for skin infections or cuts with lavender. You know, I love lavender. Tea tree oil helps to kill MRSA and staph infections. Very good for toothpaste and oral health, mouthwashes. It's in most of the toothpaste and mouthwashes now, so simply make your own. Combine your own. Make your own toothpaste with coconut oil, baking soda, a few drops of tea tree. Both tea tree and frankincense have anti-cancer benefits. So for abnormal skin lesions, you can mix frankincense oil, raspberry seed oil, and tea tree oil and place this on the affected area 3 times a day. It's very good for alleviating chest and head congestion, stuffy nose, symptoms of cold and flu, especially when used by steam inhalation. So fill a pot up and boil this if you've got chest or upper respiratory infections, and put a towel over your head and inhale this just for a minute and see if this doesn't clear up your respiratory issue. Steam inhalation clears the congested nasal passages and kills bacteria. Adding in an antiviral essential oil like tea tree oil makes it that much more effective. I love it. Let me see if I can find one that I have made. No, I don't see it around here. I was going to show you one that I make a chef's salve for the winter months, and it contains eucalyptus and lavender and tea tree and several other oil, frankincense, myrrh, and I rub this directly onto my chest and my wrist, behind the neck, behind the ears. It just helps to open up the nasal passageways. It really does. If you've got congestion, it's wonderful to help break it up. I will leave instructions on comment on how you can make your own tea tree oil, because if you can get the leaves, you can make your own. Let me go through about 80 different, real quick, things that we can use this for. Okay, for acne, add a drop to your normal cleansing routine, or just a dab, very small amounts, directly on the acne breakout. You can also add 20 to 40 drops of the oil to your regular face wash and shake it up really good. As an air freshener, keep a supply of cotton balls soaked in tea tree oil, packed away in plastic bag or a tin. I don't recommend keeping it in plastic. Don't keep it in plastic. Keep it in tin. When confronted with foul-smelling things from cooking, musty odors, dampness, or even medicinal smell in a sick room, take a few of these cotton balls out and just put them in the room, in the corners of the room. Put them by wherever air is circulating. If you've got a vent in your house, put one of these cotton balls soaked in tea tree oil down into the vent, and it's really going to freshen up the room. Combine it with lemon. If tea tree is too strong for you, combine it with lemon. Combine it with the scent that you like that's also antimicrobial and antibacterial, and just use a few drops of the tea tree. It doesn't necessarily have to be saturated with it if you don't really like the smell. For allergies, use topically by massaging directly onto the chest, abdomen, the reflex points of the feet. Very, very good for allergies. You always want to use a carrier oil when you're doing this, so use a fractionated coconut oil or Nigella sativa or jojoba. Jojoba mimics a lot of the same properties of our skin. Very good for asthma. Add a few drops of oil to a pan of water and heat on the stove. When it's cool, drape a towel over the head and breathe this in for just a few minutes. That's what I was telling you earlier for respiratory issues too, but that's also good for asthma. For athlete's foot, clean your feet thoroughly, especially your toes. Soak your feet. Give yourself a foot bath with a few drops of the tea tree oil combined with apple cider vinegar. And then after you dry your feet, put a few drops directly onto your feet. You can combine it with, you can dust it with cornstarch afterwards. Add about 10 drops of oil to 1 tablespoon of grapeseed oil or jojoba or coconut oil and massage onto your feet and in between the toes daily. And then, you can dab it with the cornstarch or whatever afterwards if you're putting socks on. Baby care. Keep your diaper pail clean and fresh by spraying it with the tea tree oil mixed with water. For bacterial infections, use topically, either massage into the reflex points of the feet, adding several drops to a bath, or cautiously applying over an infected site. For bad breath, rinse your mouth with 1 ounce of water and 1 drop of oil. Don't swallow this, spit it back out. For bladder infections, sit in a shallow bath, add 10 to 15 drops of oil to the bath, sit and wash the area carefully. For blisters, wash the area carefully and then apply for cuts and wounds. For bronchial congestion, use, like I mentioned, for the asthma, use about 5 to 10 drops and 1 ounce of carrier oil and massage this onto the chest and throat 2 to 3 times a day. I love to combine eucalyptus and lavender for the bronchial issues. Frankincense, all of those are going to be really good for bronchial congestion. Bronchitis, add 1 to 2 drops to a pan of hot water and breathe in the steam or massage the oil over the chest. Bruises, after icing, apply the oil as directed for arthritis. Wonderful for bruises. Bunions, massage the area with 5 drops of oil to 1 tablespoon of your favorite carrier oil, such as coconut oil. For burns, run ice over the area or ice cold water over the area after a few minutes. Add a mix of 5 drops of tea tree with 5 drops of lavender and 1 teaspoon of raw honey, and repeat this 3 to 5 times a day. It's going to take care of that burn. Calluses and corns, massage the area with 5 drops of tea tree to 1 tablespoon of your favorite carrier oil and repeat 2 times daily. Once the corn or calluses have become soft, you can use tweezers, or you can file these down with a pumice stone. You can also, let me tell you what you can also do for a pesky toenail fungus. You can put some of this actually on a cotton ball with oregano oil, and you can tape this directly to the toe with a Band-Aid, and it will hold in place that way, and it will help to take care of that toenail fungus pretty fast. Canker sores, apply a drop or 2 of the oil directly to the infected area with a cotton swab twice daily. You can rinse your mouth if you've got bad breath. For chigger bites, wonderful for insect bites. Apply the oil directly to the bites with your favorite carrier oil. For cold sores, apply a drop or two of the oil directly to the sore with a cotton swab. Reapply 2 to 3 times daily. Coughs, use the same way for bronchial infections, but you can also use this in a vaporizer. You want to be diffusing this if you've got any kind of a congestion issue. Diffuse it with eucalyptus and lavender and lemon. That's what I'm diffusing right back there. Dandruff, add 20 to 30 drops of oil to your organic shampoo. You can also apply a few drops to the scalp and massage after washing. For dermatitis, add 10 drops to 1 tablespoon of carrier oil and massage into the affected area and repeat 2 to 3 times a day. For dry skin, add 5 drops to 1 tablespoon of sweet almond oil or jojoba and massage this into the skin along with a few drops of lavender. For earache and infections, add 2 to 3 drops of oil to 2 tablespoons of warm olive oil. With the dropper, drop a small amount into the aching ear. Tilt the ear onto one side for a moment, and then use a cotton swab to absorb the oil. Repeat 2 to 3 times daily. For eczema, add 10 drops of oil to 1 tablespoon of coconut oil and massage this into the affected areas. Repeat 2 to 3 times daily. It also can be used undiluted, guys, if you know how it resonates with your own personal vibrations. Don't be afraid to use the tea tree oil if it's pure, neat, meaning undiluted, topically if you've got some serious skin issue. But I don't recommend starting with that. Always start with the carrier oil until you know how the oil works for you. For flea bites, just apply a drop of the oil directly to the bite. For gout, add 10 drops of oil to 2 tablespoons of carrier oil and massage this into the affected area 2 to 3 times a day. You can also do that same foot soak that I told you about earlier for the gout with the apple cider vinegar and a few drops of tea tree oil. Will really, and with lemon, this will really help these gout issues. But massage your feet. Massage this oil with the carrier oil into your feet 2 or 3 times a day if you've got gout. For head lice, add 20 drops of oil to 2 tablespoons of shampoo and massage into the scalp and hair. Leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes and then rinse, and then repeat this 3 to 4 times until all the eggs are gone, and it will help to remove all of these eggs. We don't have to shave our head for head lice, just use some tea tree oil. Hives, add 10 drops of oil to 4 tablespoons of witch hazel. Apply with a cotton ball or mix with coconut oil, and then gently apply this to the affected area. It's an immune stimulant. To stimulate the immune system, simply diffuse it in the air on a regular basis. Massage it into the soles of your feet to increase your immune response. You know, parasites harbor all up and down the spinal column. This overgrowth of candida, this fungus, is turned parasitic, and we've got parasites attached all up and down the spinal column. So, the tea tree oil is one of those oils that you can use because it's high terpenes. It's one of those oils you can apply to your spine, to the bottom of your feet before you go to bed, and it's going to help to remove these parasites that are attached there. Try combining it with clove. Clove is a high phenol oil. You know, you can't use clove neat, meaning undiluted, but if you'll combine the tea tree with the clove sometime, you'll find, and even oregano, you'll find that that's a triple whammy for these parasites. But you've got to dilute it heavily with the carrier oil. For inflammation, any type of inflammation, massage this oil over the inflamed areas gently, and always push the energy towards the heart. You can also diffuse and inhale the tea tree oil directly or indirectly. For ingrown hairs, apply 1 to 2 drops of the oil neat, meaning undiluted, directly to the area. Repeat every 2 hours or until the infection disappears. For insect repellent, simply add 15 drops to a quart of water and then spray this. I make my own insect repellent using the tea tree and lemongrass and citronella. You can just make your own. We don't have to use these toxic insect repellents that are harmful to our bodies. For jock itch, apply 10 to 15 drops of oil to 2 tablespoons of carrier oil. Apply 2 times daily. And then dust with cornstarch to reduce chapping. For laryngitis, add 5 to 10 drops of oil and just a pinch of Himalayan sea salt to 1 cup of warm water and gargle 2 to 3 times a day. Don't swallow it, just gargle it and then spit it out. As a laundry helper, add half a teaspoon of tea tree oil to your laundry for towels and other fabrics prone to getting moldy. It might stain some of your nicer clothes, but yeah, your whites and your towels, if you want to just add a little bit in with your laundry soap, go for it. Make your own laundry soap. Mildew and mold, I already said mildew and mold remover. Mosquito bites, just apply directly to the bite. Muscle aches and pains, add 10 to 15 drops of the oil to half a cup of Epsom salts. Dissolve this in a bath. Add 10 drops of you can also add 10 drops of this oil to 2 tablespoons of carrier oil and massage this into your pain, muscle aches and pains. For mumps, massage over the body and into the feet and diffuse throughout the whole home. For pest control, simply, ants do not like tea tree. Pests do not like tea tree. These little fungus gnats do not like tea tree. So make a spray bottle and spray your home. I always combine it with lemongrass and citronella, neem. Combine it with the tea tree and then just spray, and the pest will just be repelled instantly with this type of spray. For plantar warts, apply the oil undiluted to the affected area 2 to 3 times a day. For psoriasis, 10 drops of oil to 1 tablespoon carrier oil and massage into the affected area. Repeat 2 to 3 times daily. Can also be applied undiluted. For rashes, apply with coconut oil and massage this directly over the area. For rheumatism, to help reduce pain associated with rheumatism, add 20 drops of tea tree oil to 2 ounces of carrier oil. Massage this into the affected area 2 to 3 times a day. For ringworm, apply the oil neat, undiluted. Repeat 2 to 3 times a day directly to the area. You can also mix it with lavender for extra added benefit. For rubella, dilute as needed and massage into the affected area. For scabies, 1 to 2 drops of oil directly to the area in the morning and at night. Sciatica, 10 drops to 1 tablespoon carrier oil, massage into the affected area. Repeat 2 to 3 times daily. Can also be applied undiluted. For shingles, 10 to 15 drops of oil and half a cup of Epsom salts. Dissolve this in the bath. You can also add 10 drops of oil to 2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil or coconut oil and massage this into the area. For shock, massage the tea tree oil into the soles of the feet before you go to bed, or whenever you feel like you need to. Massage tea tree oil into the bottom of your feet. You're going to feel better when you do this. Sinusitis, use as I mentioned for bronchial infections, but you can also use it as a vaporizer. Add 10 drops to a steamer and leave this on for 5 to 10 minutes. You can also add 2 drops to a neti pot with Himalayan salt. Sore muscles, fill your bathtub up with warm water and just apply a few drops of tea tree combined with lavender. It's really going to take care of your tight muscles. Sore throat, add 2 drops of oil, 1 cup of warm water with a pinch of Himalayan sea salt, and then gargle this 2 or 3 times a day. For a sty, add 5 drops of the oil to a pan of steaming water. Drape a towel over your head and breathe this steam in for 5 minutes. Apply warm compresses also directly to the sty. For sunburn, mix 1 tablespoon coconut oil with 1 drop of tea tree oil, 1 drop of lavender, and apply this gently to the sunburn areas. I already told you about ticks. A toothbrush cleaner, just apply the oil directly onto your toothbrush a few times a week to kill any kind of bacteria or fungus that's going to get onto your toothbrush, because believe me, there's some funky stuff getting on our toothbrush. You don't want to be brushing your teeth with that. For viral infections, diffuse tea tree oil throughout the home or inhale from steaming water. For warts, apply undiluted directly to the wart. Use morning and night until the wart begins to disappear. Always dilute this if you have sensitive skin. Please remember that. Any kind of wound that you have, soak the wounded area in water with tea tree oil, or spritz from a bottle of water with several drops of oil depending on the wound and your sensitivity. Don't put, guys, I can't stress enough how we don't need to put this in plastic. Don't put any of your oils in plastic. Put it in glass. Peace, love, and positive vibrations to you. Please stay tuned. Got many more essential oil videos coming up. I am grateful to you. Have a wonderful day. Get your tea tree oil on. We all need to have a bottle of this in our house. It's good for so many conditions, and I use it all the time. Have a great day.